I am so excited about today's message. You know, I love to teach the Bible. I love to do it. I couldn't do anything that I didn't like to do better. I feel so honored of God that He would use me to teach His Word. But I believe the Word today that God has given me is so important for you. Really important. And it can keep you living in transformation, or it can get you living in transformation. You say, well, what is it? Well, really, I want to teach you how to be an encourager. You know, who likes to be around someone who's negative? Oh, you think, no way. And I remember when I taught school, and I taught 7th grade in junior high, and it was a big school. So we had 3 7th grades, and mine was the lowest IQ. They put them together by IQ, and mine was the lowest. And so we decided as a group, as a class, that we would be the highest. And so I encouraged them, let's talk to the other 2 groups, and let's just see if we could, have a race who gets the best spelling scores. So, of course, these other 2, they were real out there, up high, but we began to encourage one another with spelling. And we just worked with each other, and everyone worked with everyone, and we always won the spelling bees. And how did we do it? We did it with encouragement. So every year they had a paper drive, and this was very important because it provided funds for the school and for certain things they wanted to do. So after we were winning the spelling scores, we decided, well, let's win the paper drive. So my 7th grade class won in everything. And when I left and went with my husband into the ministry, everybody wanted my 7th grade class. All the teachers said, oh, give it to me, give it to me. But it really came out of encouragement. And that's very key, and is key for you today. And I share that because I see how it works. So what is the key to encouragement? To know what gives people courage. You don't figure out how to discourage them, but what will encourage them? You can do well in that. This can work. And don't point out mistakes and failures, but focus on strengths and getting excited about successes. Maybe you didn't do so well this time, but you're really going to do well next time. And so we began to focus on those things. We become an encourager. And I love this, that people respond when you reward them. So the kind of behavior that you reward, that's when people get encouraged and do better. So I had a Latin teacher. He's a very hard teacher, very, very bright. And I think I was 6th or 7th grade at that time. And he was always having contests. And so that encouraged me. It wasn't that I was the brightest in the class, but I won the contest because he encouraged you. If you win, you don't have to take the final. He did certain things that encouraged us. And that encouraged me, and it encouraged me so much that I became a foreign language major. And of course, now I'm called to cover the earth with the Word. I'm just encouraging you. I'm not bragging about myself. I'm just telling you what will work. So do you encourage your children? Do you encourage people around yourself? Do you encourage yourself? And in Acts, the last chapter, Paul says something when he is really going to court in Rome and has to appear before a magistrate, a high-level man, and says to the man, I think myself happy. Now, he didn't say I am happy. He said, I think myself happy. And when I look at all the things Paul did in the wonderful epistles he wrote and what he went through, he had to be encouraging to himself. And I want you to encourage yourself today. And, of course, encourage others. Now, I looked at this and I found that behavior that is rewarded is behavior that will continue, that reward long-term people and programs that have been productive. So it's not quick fixes. It's the process of telling someone, oh, that's good. And maybe some of it isn't. And you can say, now that isn't so good, but I know you can do better because I see this. So what are you doing? You're encouraging people. And there is a man in the Bible that is known for his encouragement. Everybody wanted to be around him. His name was Barnabas. You know, you would have thought Paul, but that's the one. Barnabas actually means an encourager. So you say, well, what qualities should be rewarded? And I like to be real practical with you. I love to do this. So I have 6 things that I think you can reward people and you can encourage them with. And one is a positive attitude. So I had a girl who lived with me for a while, and she always got up negative. You know, I'd say good morning, she didn't answer. And I'd say good morning, and she'd say, she didn't answer. She said, I don't say good morning in the morning. I said, well, I do. So you're going to have to say good morning. And I watched her grow into positive attitudes. Very bright, married a wonderful man. But she didn't start that way. So what do? We encourage people that a positive attitude pays. And she was from a negative family. Oh, yuck, 5 times. But so she had learned to be negative. But she began to learn to be positive and to see how far she has gone. And especially in education, she is very, very bright. And then what else should you really reward? Loyalty. What about people that are loyal? You know, and I look at all the things we get to do and all the nations we get to touch really and see transformation. But if I didn't have a staff that were involved with this and that were loyal, and it doesn't always look good. You know, it doesn't always look like we're winning at all, but they're loyal. And I see that wonderful trait. So I'm looking at these things that should be rewarded. I like to reward loyalty and personal growth. You know, that we can grow personally. We're not depressed. We are bettering ourselves. We're getting more education. And I had an aunt that really helped me to excel in foreign languages. I don't think I would have. I don't think I would have known enough to do it. But she would always push me, you're smart. And when I was growing up in school, and my mother would always say to me, you're a smart baby. And I think I am. What's a smart baby? And so I began to use those things on others. Encourage. You say, well, you don't want to lie. No, you don't. And you can actually correct with positiveness. I know you can do a better job than this because I've seen you do it. And I know there's something real big for you. And I'm going to be a part of encouraging you. Are you okay with me? See, I think this is really important, not only for family, for grandchildren, but work situations, neighborhood situations, acquaintances. This is very important. And then I see something else, creativity. Watch people who are creative and the things they are creative in. Encourage them. And maybe you're not creative in that, but they are. Can't you say, oh, that's so good? Oh, you look so nice. Oh, you do that so well. Oh, I'm so proud of you. And so we encourage creativity. Now, what about risk taking? See, I told you I have 6 things here I want to share with you. You have to encourage yourself to take risks. Oh, I just want to be safe. Risk taking takes you out of safety zones, but it can also put you into greater success. So, I remember when Sarah was little and she wasn't very good in sports, and she just said, I hate field day because I always do the worst. So we started preparing for field day. So we prayed, and every night we confessed that she was going to get 2 first place ribbons at field day. She'd never gotten anything, but we spoke that. We rejoiced in that. I mean, we really, really did well at nighttime, and she got several first place ribbons. And from that time on, she became very good in sports, loved basketball. So, risk-taking, encouraging them, well, you can win. And if they don't win, well, the next time you can. And let's start making plans for your winning. And I want that for you. Make plans to win. Don't make plans to fail. You say, well, yeah, but I always fail on that. No, don't make plans for that. Make plans for the next time. You're going to do well. And I have found it really is something. And you tell people, well, I'm going to win in this. I want to do a meeting in Saudi Arabia. So I'm telling people that. Now, they haven't said, whoopee, we can hardly wait for Marilyn Hickey to come, an old lady. But I'm hearing more and more positive things, that they like old women, and they like old women that like to pray for the sick. Wow. How do you know? How do you know what big thing God has for you? And then decisive action rather than paralysis of analysis. Oh, well, this, that, my age, my family, all this. And so you're always analyzing and you never move. And you stay in paralysis. Now, those are 6 things. And I am being an encourager to you, and you're going to be an encourager to others. Because you don't watch this for no reason. Oh, no. There's a reason, a season for you to be an encourager. So number 1, what I shared with you is a positive attitude. Number 2, loyalty. You're not up and down, in and out. Number 3, personal growth. That you are growing yourself in certain things. And you measure it and you rejoice in it. And then creativity. You create something that can help you to win. You create an atmosphere that can make you win in it. And then risk-taking. Well, but people will think I'm really crazy. So what's new? Take the risk. Take the risk. And I would have to tell you today, I've gone from risk-taking to risk-taking to risk-taking. And I have found that God honors that. Because there's faith in it. And God honors faith. And then decisive action. Do something positive. Don't just talk about it. Do something. And that paralysis of analysis, that's where some people are. They're always saying, I'm going to do it. Yeah, it's going to happen. And they never move out. They don't even take a little tiny step. So today, what is on your heart? What would you like to be out there as an encourager? What do you want to be encouraged in today? What do you want to step out? You say, well, this is a hard time. So what? It's always a hard time. But I want to encourage you. It's a good time for you. It's a good time for me. You're not too old. You're not too weak. You're not too stupid. You're just right for this time. So we're going to pray together. Put your hand on your heart and say, Father, I am encouraged. I know that this is a challenging time, but it's a miracle time for me. And I'm not going to look down. I'm going to look up. I'm going to encourage myself in the Lord. And I'm going to be a Barnabas. People like to have me around. I don't lie. I don't exaggerate. But I encourage. Thank you, Father. You have made me to be an encourager today. I'm going to look for someone today, tonight, tomorrow that I can encourage. Thank you, Father. You called me for such a time as this to be an encourager. Amen.